Alright, what's up you Warcraft fiends? I'm about to give you some Warcraft content to satisfy your needs. Got a game from Russia Roll to MacGyver. Seeing who can take the best of the best in a tournament down, took place down in Sunday. It's a 1v1, I think it was the Jira Cup. And as you can see, Russia Roll just throwing his things everywhere. Russia Roll, we got MacGyver. MacGyver, the undead, he's like an 81% player. One of the best undeads on War 3 Arena. And we have Russia Roll as a Night Elf. He's about, I'm going to guess, about a 65% player. So this should be interesting. Seeing how, generally speaking, if you're a good Night Elf player, Undead is pretty much the easiest matchup for you. Unless you're really noob, I'd say. I mean, that Demon Hunter really shuts down a Death Knight. Death Knight becomes like null. It becomes void. Yeah, and I expect the Demon Hunter. It could go Warden. Warden actually is another strong, like, Zhao Shi. He has a nice Warden build. I see another number of Night Elf players doing the same. Got a Ghoul coming out, and as you can tell, there is no graveyard. It is going to be a Ghoul build, which is quite standard in this matchup. We have the Ancient of War being constructed over here. This is a very tough creep camp, and if that Night Elf player does a decent amount of mana burns and stuff of that nature, then there will be no coils from the Death Knight. But then again, Death Knight loves to go Unholy Aura first. Try to get faster movement speed. Try to surround units, maybe archers. Now if Russia Roll does some sort of Huntress build, then you can pretty much be assured that the Ghoul build is going to be just dead. But generally speaking, Night Elf players don't do many Huntresses against Undead because those fiends really do tear them apart. So what do we have here? We have a Ghoul that definitely sees this going on. Might try to last hit something. Demon Hunter going straight for that Ghoul. Yep. And yep, definitely going to get the last hit for Russia Roll. Get a nice item, which is a Potion of Invulnerability. Now I have no idea how he got 2 items this fast. He might have taken down another unit. I didn't see. Going after that. Oh, so we got Unholy Aura first, and we have a detonation. Perfect timing. Russia Roll picks up his Shadow Priest. And there was a mana burn going down on him. Probably before he hit that Unholy Aura. Technically, the better Undead players likes to not train up anything before, you know, if he comes over here and notices he can get a quick kill, he might change it to Coil. But then again, what he's doing right now is making him use up all these mana burns, and he's just going to have to soak up that much more Moon Juice. Even though it doesn't seem like much, but that extra 40, you know, especially if the Moon Juice only has like 100, you know, then it's only 60 hit points it's only healing. So that's a thought. But then again, that Death Knight really doesn't want to be mana burned that many times. So probably going to go off and get some boost to speed. That sounds about normal. Maybe, yep, boots of speed. No Staff of Teleportation. We do have a handful of ghouls, about 7 ghouls. And of course, the Demon Hunter, as powerful as he is and full hit points as he is, he still doesn't want to have his units succumb to the ghoul mass that's happening right now. Shadow Meld Archer just doing his thing. Trying to pad the Shadow Priest, but ends up just taking way too much damage. Trying to get us around, obviously, and that sneaky little Demon Hunter just slithering by. Trying to finally get some sort of experience on his Death Knight. Night Elf should be teching at this point. About halfway, I'd say. Yep, about a little over halfway. UD is actually teching much faster, so I'm expecting some sort of transition to gargoyles, maybe? No. The graveyard's coming up, but there isn't a second crypt, so I'd say this would be more of a Fiend Destroyer type build. Demon Hunter for the gank, and who is going to get this? I believe that Demon Hunter just got that experience. Yeah, that Demon Hunter is really powerful right now. If he kills that ghoul, it's like level 3 to level 1 at this point. No, this is typical Undead Night Elf matchup. Night Elf always has the upper hand in this matchup. I mean, like, MacGyver's, what, an 81, 82% player? And he's getting wrecked by freaking, a normal Night Elf player. Not a normal Night Elf player. This is a really good player. Rusher Roll is actually a really, really good player. I would definitely throw him in the category of semi-pro. Definitely, without a doubt. Much better than I. But, like I said, in this matchup, Undead has to go off to a great start. Like, the Demon Hunter and the Death Knight have to be on equal levels. Like, that good of a start to basically do anything in this matchup. The ghouls aren't going to really do much once those bears come out, and those dryads just tear them to shreds. So he's going to need some sort of lich and fiends. We have the slaughterhouse finally being constructed, but and if that wisp detonates on those skeletal minions, nope, not gonna happen though. This Demon Hunter and Panda are quite the duo. You don't want to mess with this duo.
Our players' forces are under attack.
Just mana burn after mana burn. This Death Knight can't do nothing. That's rough. That's what I hated about when I was an Undead player, especially solo. I can't stand solo as Undead. Like, it is so difficult. I mean, Orc overpowers you 90% of the game until you finally get, some leeway with Destroyers. But, 90% of the games, you're just, like, always behind. The only real thing I really enjoyed as Undead was playing against Human. Playing against Human is just so much fun, so almost easy. And then you play against Night Elf, and it's just like there's nothing you can do. That one Demon Hunter destroys your whole army. Like, this Demon Hunter just walks around. It's like a Blade Master to a Archmage. You can't do anything until you're like, you have quite the army. And that Panda just destroys your army. So then it's that Demon Hunter again coming back and fucking with you. Alright, so we got the statue out, healing up the units, but the Night Elf knows that the Undead needs to creep and wants to creep this out. So he's going to stick around, probably try to do a nice gank. Probably try to start attacking that Fiend or steal some experience. And that is exactly what's going to happen here. He's just going to keep applying this pressure. He is in the lead. Just keep mana burning these heroes. No more Breath of Fires, but we have a couple Dryads. Demon Hunter using a TP. I'm not entirely sure if that was worth it for the Night Elf player, because now the Undead can creep pretty easily, unless he runs over, which it doesn't seem like that's the case, because he teleported way over here to get his Panda to level 2. And then his Demon Hunter needs to heal. Good job, good job, good job. But is it going to be enough to come back? That Demon Hunter's level 3, that Panda's going to be level 2. This Lich finally gets the Orb of Corruption. He is not going to get level 2 off this creep camp. And that Death Knight is not going to get level 3, so... Right. Quickly handing off that Robe of the Magi. More Novas the better. And here comes the mana burning piece of shit. Sorry, I'm not pro Demon Hunter. A mana burning piece of shit. Just coming around to just take away your mana while his Panda gets strong, and there's nothing you can do about it. And yeah, just that predicament. Unless he gets that sacrificial pit and starts putting up those boneyards and stuff of that nature, because then he can definitely do some damage. This is a much better creep camp. He should have probably started this one first before the mercenary camp. This rock golem, this creep camp is going to be rather easy with statues in the back and Lich and DK and skeletal minions and fiends, and you know, he's starting to work up his army. Tome of Experience should be given to the Lich. Lich halfway to level 3 at this point. So it's 3, 3, which is exactly where you want your levels to be, to 3, 2, almost a 3. So this is starting to work up to a pretty decent game. A lot of dryads, you can't really expect too much in terms of air, so that Abomination is perfect. Abominations, just having that disease cloud and being around in that area is just very powerful. And it looks like there's Devotion Aura. I missed that. The item that dropped was the Stormwind, whatever the fuck that is. Potion of Mana, we have the Scroll of Healing. So if he gets mana burned to high hell and his Lich is going down, you know, he can save him. 150 mana, but you know, if you have 0 mana and then you go to, you know, use this potion and then you get caught, second you use that potion and you get, you know, mana burned again, you're pretty SOL. That's still not enough for a coil. Sorry that I'm watching more of the undead. I always feel like the undead's the underdog here, even if he did go the mass gargoyle strategy, just because A, Night Elf, much more powerful as a race when in this matchup. Especially with expansion, you're just going to train up more bears, more dryads. So it's 57 food to, I'd say, about the same. Well, 49 food. Still under the cap. Not sure if there's any upgrades on his units. He does have destroyers out finally. I say finally, but you know, he knows what he's doing. Let's see what item the Demon Hunter's gonna pick up or sell or any of that. I don't know what he just sold because I wouldn't have sold any of those items. Nice mana burn going down on the Lich. Hey, on neither. He didn't. Oh, he must have mana burned a statue or something. I'm very confused. What's he saying what the fuck to?
A player's forces are under attack.
And here's a possible engagement. Statue goes down. This shade's definitely keeping track of the Night Elf army, which isn't even that... It's a powerful army. No upgrades. I'd say the heroes is really what's going to make it in this one. A couple destroyers is pretty much all you need at this point, just to negate any type of, you know, rejuvenation attempts or things of that nature. Coil Nova... focus on one bear should be taken down as you're backing off. Shredder joins the party. Of course, that's going to do a lot of damage. Very powerful against undead. So Coiled Nova goes down, and Panda does have a staff preservation. So does this Night Elf. So quickly had to leave that scenario.
Player's forces are
Sold, I think, the armor, the Devotion Aura. Nice. So I'm not sure why that Lich has 2 orbs. Okay, now it is transferred to to the Death Knight, and that is a smarter choice.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, here comes the Sapper. Uh-oh. Yep, and those Zigs go down. Quickly starting up 2 more fresh Ziggurats. All he needs is the Shade to come over here, or he can just buy the Dust of Appearance if he really needs to, just to get rid of that Scout, or just wait till daytime, why not? So Roar's going off, that should do the Destroyers a lot of justice if they catch him right now. If you destroy that magic, those Roars, your attack becomes, I don't remember, you plus 20 attack, so that's like double your attack, and it becomes splash damage. So a Frostworm does make it out, but you know, there's Hippogriffs with a Roar on them, and a bunch of Dryads. I don't think Frostworms were the thing to go at this point. It's a little late for that. If you want fast Frostworms before those Hippogriffs, before you know, the heroes became too powerful, I don't know. I don't know what I'm mumbling about. I mean, this is a beastie ass fucking army right here. And this undead might look scary to you, but you know, this undead, I'm looking at this army right now and I would not engage. Not against 4 Hippogriffs and all them Dryads. No fucking way.
Forces are under attack.
But I guess it's gotta happen, right? Ends up taking a Dryad down. This is what we usually do as undead players. We kite them. We make sure that one unit finally on the opposing side gets out of place. You take it down before one of your units gets taken down, and you walk away. And you keep repeating that. You keep your units alive, and you keep killing one of theirs one at a time, but it's not really going to work with Dryads with that slow at this point, and your Abomination might go down. And yeah, here comes the engagement that obviously MacGyver did not want to have. He has a town portal. He could kill that Shredder. Nope, they both got staffed away. At this point, you really can kill units. You shouldn't be focusing heroes, or you could focus heroes, but it's just at that point, it's like, just good game. There's nothing you can do in that scenario. Russia Roll takes this game. A lot more units killed, and less units needing to be produced for Russia Roll. He didn't go heavy 2 food army, 2 food unit army. So, ultimately, yeah, it's very tough for undead in that scenario. It's almost like when you see Orc and Human, mid to late game. Human just has the advantage, that mid to late game, but that whole beginning game, you know, it becomes, you know, there's a bunch of different aspects to look at this, and I definitely say Night Elf, ultimately, it's just very, very difficult to beat a Night Elf player as undead, and that shows it right here, where MacGyver just being outplayed, or not even outplayed, but there isn't really room to outplay Russia Roll, because if you know what you're doing and you're a solid Night Elf guy, it's overbearing. You can't do nothing. Destroyers only do so much, but it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed. I have another one coming. I believe it is Hawk versus Cash.